So I see you have some comfrey here, and this is great to show the whole comfrey about. So you picked it when it was in flower.
Mm-hmm. That's the best time to harvest comfrey, is when it's in
comfrey,
full flower.
Because you know it's comfrey for sure. You're not going to mistake it for anything else. For those who are worried about those things, and you can look on some of the videos for comfrey to see a closer look. But there's the flower, the telltale, some phytum, like the little cleft, like a symphony, some phytum officinale. But this may actually be the, well, we won't get it. This probably is the Symphytum uplandica, actually, but it's labeled according to Rich O'Check and Susan Weed. But anyway, we'll just call it comfrey, which is what it is. So you cut it right there, and what did you do to it after you picked it?
Well, here's the thing, like with the vinegar, I chopped that comfrey up yesterday, just after I picked it, and poured the vinegar over it. But this comfrey, I laid it out downstairs on a sheet overnight and just let some of the water evaporate out of it.
Okay.
So that's going to help with the oil making, so there's not quite so much water content in the oil, so that will help it to not go rancid.
Okay.
So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're just going to chop it up.
Using a very sharp vegetable knife like Heather from the Village Herbalist recommends. Even though our cutting board isn't solid wood like she has, we just use what we got.
Just enough to fit in a quart jar. We're going to make a quart of comfrey.
Because this is one we're going to use a lot of. We love comfrey and having it in oil.
It makes a great salve.
So now, for those of you who've done the herbal medicine making kit, you can make it fresh and much more potent. Obviously, we can't give you fresh herbs in the kit. If we could, we would.
We could, but they'd be moldy by the time.
And if we told you to go pick it, you'd never get to the kit. So some prefer the dried oils because they're not as green. Some, some like it a little less green. And the oils, the fresh oils, are also a little trickier to make, though we recommend it and starting doing it because it does make better medicine. So we're in the camp of liking, if we can, to make much of our remedies as we can from fresh, especially the oils.
So we just want to lightly pack the jar, not too tight here, but come all the way up to the top. And then I'm just going to pour olive oil all the way over it until it covers the comfrey.
Any particular type of olive oil?
Right now I'm using extra virgin olive oil, but sometimes, for some people, that has kind of a strong olivey smell if you're going to be using it for a skin oil or something. You might want to use one that's not extra virgin just because it won't have such a strong olive smell.
Okay.
But that's up to you. I like the extra virgin because I know it's cold pressed and not rancid when I buy it.
And once again, you probably heard us say it before, but the olive oil, it's a monounsaturated fat, which means it has less chance of going rancid than the other types of vegetable oils. There's other oils you can use too, but it's just kind of easy one to work with and widely available. You can get it for cheap at big things at Costco if you want, or even have organic there as well. This is a tip. Some people get cosmetic grade olive oil, a little cheaper, but I'm not exactly sure of the differences or whatever, like what that's about. So you might have to research that a bit. So using this, well, you can use any stick, but end of a spoon, whatever you got, chopstick, and it's getting the bubbles out, right?
Getting all the air bubbles out and stirring it a bit. And then making sure that all of your plant material is pressed down as much as you can under the olive oil. And then what I'm going to do for the next few days is I'm going to stir this every day and push the plant material down underneath the oil to make sure there's no plant material sticking up, because that's when you get mold and that kind of thing. So, and then when we make oils, rather than just putting on a full lid, we take a paper towel and put it over the top, and then just use the mason jar ring around it. You can use a rubber band if you don't have the mason jar ring. And that way some of the air can escape while it's infusing in the oil.
Okay.
That helps it to not go rancid as well.
And you could trim, if you want to look at the oil more when you're doing that, you can trim that paper towel around the sides if you want.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
And
so let's see.
we're going to let that sit for, well, the rule of thumb is 6 weeks, and you really want to just be on top of watching your oils and smelling them every day and just get a sense of when is the right time to strain it. You don't want to let it go so long that it goes rancid on you. So it's one of the
Or not so much going rancid on you, it's molding is what you're worrying about now. Because that's what it's more like rancid's more what you deal with after your oil's finished and it's sitting for a long time.
So it can
definitely mold.
definitely go back.
So can you pretend it's tomorrow? Can you open it up and pretend it's and it's something you're gonna have to do for at least what
seems like about a week. That's what I did with the plantain oil, was opened it up.
Let's look at what the plantain oil looks like when you open it up now too, so we can get an idea of what this will look like in about a week's time. Ah, very good.
So you can see how the plant material now is just staying under the oil.
Are you stirring this still, the plantain?
No, I'm not stirring it any longer.
And you're gonna decant that when?
It's been going about 2 weeks now, so I don't know. I'm just gonna keep an eye on it, and I'd like to try letting it go 6 weeks if it's
and that's
continuing
the
to smell good.
Okay, and then this is what we're doing with this, and then now when we strain and decant this out, just like you did. When you made that oil in the herbal medicine making kit through cheesecloth in a strainer, in what might be 6 weeks, or you might find the green oils can have a little more of a salami, or some people say a salami-like smell, or what describe it, or something, and that's not bad. What you could do is continue to keep a paper towel like this over it even when it's strained, and that will actually dissipate after a while, and after that's dissipated you can take that off and then put the cap on it to store it, and you're always having it out of direct sunlight, right? Okay. And then and once you have these oils and they're now see what the difference between this and the kit is. You have separate oils, and you can use them singly as oils. You can make salves with them singly, or you can mix them and make salves. If you want to make like the kit, you can make a St. John's wort salve, right? As well as what's the other one in there? Calendula with flower, which we'll make as well this summer. And you could do like a fresh version of the salve in the herbal medicine making kit. So that's great. So anything else we want to talk about in the Comfrey Oil department?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we're going to move out, take a little break here. We're going to move on to actually making poultices, right, with the fresh Comfrey. And we have an ebook of this as well. If you want to accompany that learning, there's an ebook on the ebook section on herbmentor.com, making a poultice. All right, so thanks so much for showing us how to make a Comfrey oil.
You're welcome.